From Dr. Donna Nelson. My first exposure to Breaking Bad came from an article in Chemical and Engineering News. In this article, Vince Gilligan, the producer of Breaking Bad, was interviewed during Season 1. My eye was caught by the article's photo of the lead character Walter White standing in the desert, wearing only underwear, shoes and socks, and a lab apron, not lab apparel commonly seen. Upon reading the article closely, I noted a statement by Vince, "We welcome constructive comments from a chemically inclined audience." This was an opportunity we had anticipated for a long time. Interested parties from the scientific community to the U.S. Congress had discussed the goal of influencing a primetime television show based on science as a way to increase the public interest in science. We couldn't see how to have such influence, but now it was being suggested by a Hollywood producer. But I hesitated because of the show's connection with illicit drugs. I worried that connection could be damaging to my academic reputation. I had carefully ensured it was well known that I had no connection with anything illegal in order to serve as a proper role model to my students. I initially dismissed the producer's invitation to weigh in. Then, losing this unique opportunity gnawed at me. It probably would never come again. I decided to test my assumption that Breaking Bad might present illicit drugs as positive. There were only 5 episodes of the show existing at that time, so I carefully watched them all. I saw that each portrayed illegal activity that was eventually punished. The show was ultimately moral. Then I felt more comfortable with the show, sufficiently comfortable to offer to help. However, I still had more worries. I knew that sometimes people made statements for the sake of appearance, with no intention of following through. Also, I had no way to contact Vince. So, I contacted the reporter who authored the C&EN story, asking if she thought Vince was serious. She didn't know. She had not thought of the statement as an opportunity for us to influence Hollywood and its messages to the public. However, I knew she had his contact information. I asked if she was willing to communicate to him that I volunteered to help with the science. The C&EN article stated that Breaking Bad had no funds to hire a science advisor, so I knew I wouldn't be paid, but it was still a fabulous opportunity to serve the scientific community. The reporter said she would contact them, and about 1 week later, I received a phone call in my office. It was a Breaking Bad representative asking if it was true that I would help them. I said yes. Then she asked if I ever made it out to Burbank, California. I knew they had no funds to support my travel, so how I answered would have a large impact on whether the collaboration moved forward. Therefore, even though I hadn't been to Burbank, I replied, "Oh, all the time." And she said, "Great. The next time you're in town, come by to meet us." And with that, our collaboration started.
1. Meet Walter White. My name is Walter Hartwell White. I live at 308 Negra Arroyo Lane, Albuquerque, New Mexico, 87104. To all law enforcement entities, this is not an admission of guilt. I am speaking to my family now. Walter White, Breaking Bad, Season 1, Episode 1, Pilot. On January 20th, 2008, AMC introduced its newest TV drama series in the following manner. A pair of khaki pants, still belted, floats through the air and lands on a dusty road somewhere in the desert wilderness of the American Southwest. The pants are soon run over by a recreational vehicle being driven recklessly by a middle-aged white man wearing only his wedding ring, underwear, and a full-face respirator. His passenger, also wearing a face mask, is passed out in the front seat. Inside the RV's main compartment, bodies of 2 men slide back and forth across the chemical-slicked floor as laboratory glassware shatters around them. The RV crashes, the driver stumbles out, and once he composes himself, he records a video message for his family in the unfortunate event that he doesn't make it home alive. The man, now known to the audience as Walter White, then aims a gun down the road as sirens approach. Cut to the show title card. The 1 million or so viewers who tuned in to watch this episode at the time had questions. Who exactly was Walter White? Why was the